Your mum? I'm Neil Hawker and I'm part of Team Samco. I work for, well, I'm self-employed, but I work for a number of people, mainly OffRoad Skills BMW in South Wales and BikeWorldTV. Well, that's an interesting one. For OffRoad Skills, the BMW Group, I am a coach, an off-road coach, teaching people how to ride the BMW adventure bikes. My garage at the moment, there's a trials bike, a mountain bike. Usually there's broken bikes, and this rally bike. Well, how long we got? I mean, as most people start, it's either a family member. My dad rode trials, so from then I rode trials and a little bit of motocross, and then I joined the army, and then I found out the army had a motorcycle team, and then it all spiraled out of control from enduro, motocross trials, and eventually rallying. I think that's the one that is kind of looks unachievable, and from the outside all the way up to world sort of level at ISDEs and stuff like that, and international events, the Dakar is kind of that unachievable event where it's kind of the pinnacle of motorsport racing, and I think that was the biggest tick on the list, the bucket list event. So the key feature of the Dakar bike is the fuel range. It's got 30 litres of fuel, so it can go long distances. It's got to be a 450. It's based on the enduro bike. The key features is the fuel and the navigation. You can only go as fast as you can navigate on that. So I love saying it, it's a factory replica. This is the closest thing you can get to a factory bike, off-road, off the shelf. So the navigation is the most important bit, and look at it, it's carbon fiber tower with a road book that holds a paper road book, and that is your map basically. It tells you the distances, and a little arrow of where you're going, and it's your cap headings also, and a little note or something that you have to look out for, and so that is the most important bit on a rally bike. The thing with Dakar is the distance. You can't, I mean, you're covering up to 1,000 kilometers in a day. That's when I sit down and think about it now, doing 500 miles in a car is tiring. Doing it on not so comfortable seat. And yeah, I think with the Dakar, the main thing is the distances and the amount of time you're riding. That's quite a good question, that is. I've done 10 6 days, and the last one with Chris was by far the most fun. So what I'd say is I'd rather ride the Dakar again with Chris. I think it's a very, very different event. The Scottish 6-day trial is more of a sporting holiday. It's not I wouldn't say I'm at the competitive end of the field in either. So what's more enjoyable, spending less money and having as much fun, or yeah. I think that is one of the only things for me personally at Dakar, was I went in with the intentions of meeting people and making relationships, because there's some really cool people there, and you get the chance to spend time and having this experience with someone. And having that experience where you're on a bike and you're having fun, and you can go, like when we and Chris did the 6th day, you stop on a moor and go, wow, look at this place. Stop and have a crunchy bar with a little shot of whiskey or something, and it's not serious, and it's all like, wow, look. And then, oh, did you do that section? Yeah, I'm gonna jump that or something, and them experiences, you could have that in Dakar, but it's like get to the top of the dune and go, wow, look at these dunes. Did you see that? Yeah, let's go. Bah. It's a little bit different because of the safety thing and the whole scale of Dakar. But equally, they're both as tough as each other and they're both as enjoyable as each other. It's kind of the experiences from 6-day enduros, 6-day trials to Dakar. They're all very, very similar in their own little ways, but so far apart in others. It's really hard. Good question. Yes, yeah, all of the motorsports, all of them. It's all motorbikes, to be fair. I really, really like the thought of four wheels or road racing, but it's always seemed so unachievable for an individual just to go in. And actually now seeing a few things and working with BikeWorldTV, you see other ways and means of, it's not just like the highest of the, like it's not British Superbike. There is the little subclasses, which I find pretty cool. Formula One I've just got well into because I've watched the Netflix series. I'm engrossed in it, and I've not, shows you how long I have been out of touch with Formula One is when Damon Hill and Coulthard were driving. So it shows you how uninteresting it got for me, and now I'm like, I want to watch it again because I'm buzzing about watching that. But yeah, I'm interested in all motorsports really. 2020 was, I want to go into a lyric of a song that we listened to over and over and over and again. 2020 was pretty up and down. It went from one of the lowest feelings I've felt in terms of mentally for myself. After crashing out of Dakar in 2020, I was like, oh, I've worked the last 4 years of this, and I was really not down in the dumps because I was doing some cool things still, but I think it was definitely a turning point where I then set a focus back onto Dakar. And that for me was like, yeah, I mean, it was 2020 for everyone is pretty crazy with the virus and everything. So it started off rubbish, being injured, but actually having a little bit of work and a bit of recovery in Portugal with work, with BMW, not on the bike, just recovering and timing with people was actually really good mentally. And then a kick up the ass from a good friend of mine who said, I'll pay your first instalment for the entry, do it again. And that was the turning point where I had a new focus and focused on 21. I've been very busy during lockdown. It's really kind of sounds very selfish, but it's been a good time for me. I've regathered all my parts of my life. I've had the focus of Dakar, so I've been able to train better, and to be honest, I'm very, very, very lucky for where I live because it's out in the sticks, and I've got a sanctuary, a good mate's house, Chris's house I can go to, and it's got no phone reception. It's in the middle of nowhere. I can go there, I can play on motorbikes, build things with diggers, and who doesn't like motorbikes, diggers and dirt? So it's all good. So yeah, very selfishly, lockdown wasn't a problem. So this year I've really enjoyed working with BikeWorldTV. There's been lots of things going on, and I've had experiences on the track. So firstly, again, not being a track or road rider, had loads of fun doing little projects with the BikeWorld crew. Off-road wise, I'd love to do Romaniacs, Red Bull Romaniacs, and that's, I've got an entry. Nobody really knows about it because I want to do things a little bit different, and I think I haven't even got a bike for it yet, but and I'd like to train really hard for that because I know it's no easy task, and going in the silver class, which requires a good skill set and good fitness, which I think I've got half of both. I'd really like to do Erzberg, but I'd like to do it and go there to have fun. Go on stupidly overpowered bikes and do the prologue and then not get up the first hill and get on the beers. Yeah, maybe. Really like to do the Dakar wash up a little bit better, and that was something that I've learned along the way. I like the whole thing about being an amateur doing this huge race is the people you meet, the companies you meet, the individuals, and I'd like to do it a little bit better. I'd like to come to places like this and show off this amazing motorcycle, tell some stories, and just have a bit of a social with these people. And that's something I want to do right. The other thing is just have lots of fun on motorbikes, which isn't really changed from my goal every single year from, yeah, I'm not sure how long. Oh, yeah, yes, all of anything to do with motorbikes. Do you know what, something I've not, it's not so much projects, it's probably going on to the previous question, but for me personally, I want to do a few things that not scare me, but I want to change the way I've been. I'm very much always in my comfort zone, and having the big crash in 2020 kind of showed that I'm not, I can take a bit of a hit, I can crash and it's not the end of the world. But I'd like to do a few things that scare me. So I want to ride bicycles more, I want to do some downhill races, I want to go to skate parks, and ultimately again, it goes back, the projects are all about fun. Everything I want to do is kind of, right, motorbikes are fun, I've got cool people around me, let's have some fun. Since I was 17 and a half and I had a Citroen AX GT and it was badass. It was a brilliant car and it's on my eBay list of watching. There is none left because everybody's crashed them, and I did crash, well, I crashed it, but my brother-in-law bought it off me. So that, yeah, I was 17 and a half, I think, when it was on the radar, as every boy racer should have, a Samco hose, so, of some sort. I think Max Power magazine, yeah, that's the only reason. I saw them and they were cool. When I was looking at Dakar sponsorship and Dakar partners, I wanted to be a bit more local, and Samco were a performance part, which I needed, because you need spares, you need to know the bike before you go to Dakar, and part of that and a relationship somewhere local was really interesting for me. So, and I came here and bloody hell, I looked around the factory, it's so cool. And for a product that's designed, made, built for the UK, in Wales especially, and makes the bike look cool, I'm all keen. It's all good. Motorbikes. Helmet. Samco hoses. Oh, what about an e-bike? Is that cool? Look at me, motorbike. Your mum? I think I've ridden it. Yeah. Cider. Netflix. Formula One. Dirty kebab, whatever time of the day it is. Don't matter. Oh, that's not quick fire. I'd say New Zealand, Lake Taupo. Pastrana land. There you go. I think I'm living it. I've done it. Now just have fun. Dougie Lampkin. Who do I look down on? It's Chris. on Instagram, Neil Hawker 41, and Facebook, my YouTube channel. Subscribe, like, look at stuff. I've been doing videos. I really rubbish at it. I spend more time riding than editing, and I'm not sure what I'm doing, but it's a good journey along the way. Everyone who supported me for Dakar, everybody's helped, everybody's got me in shape, and yeah, there's too many to mention. It's crazy how many people have supported me for Dakar, so thank you very much.